Hello and welcome to the Kashmir University Video Digest Quest. First, let's take a look at the highlights. World Arbor Day commemorated. Seminar on Literature and Environment held. And Linguistics Department organizes seminar. Now the details with your host Binish Ali. To commemorate the World Arbor Day, the University of Kashmir organized many events. During these days, campaigns were organized in the main campus and also in the Zakura campus. The School of Law held a plantation drive at the university's Institute of Technology Zakura campus. The plantation drive was organized in collaboration with the Department of Forests, Government of Jammu and Kashmir. Registrar Professor Khurshid Ahmed Butt, while lauding the initiative of the Law Society, said that even deciding which sapling to plant in which place is the art of science.
Planting a tree is itself, हम इसको इबादत मानते हैं, and it will tomorrow be a great asset for our overall जो हमारी जो growth and development होगी, because the growth and development of any economy is based on the agriculture. And the plants have a great significance so far as ensuring the ecological balance, the environmental balance.
Head and Dean, School of Law, Professor Muhammad Hussain, said that such initiatives are the best way to preserve our environment.
जो इस वक्त मैं कंक्रीटाइज्ड ये स्ट्रक्चर्स देख रहा हूँ यहाँ, और सारा बैरन जैसे रेगिस्तान है, इसमें अगर हम एक ये साए की कोशिश कर रहे हैं थ्रू प्लांट्स, तो एक तो सवाब का काम भी है, दूसरा हमारे लिए बहुत अहम भी है, क्योंकि हमारे लिए अब सांस लेना भी दिन ब दिन दोबर हो रहा है. जो प्लास्टिक की भरमार, पॉलीथीन की भरमार, इसमें अगर ऐसे इनिशिएटिव्स लिए जाएं तो मुझे लगता है कि इससे बेहतर कोई बात नहीं.
Director, Institute of Technology, Professor Ghulam Mohiuddin Butt, thanked everyone for planting saplings in the campus.
कि मैं आप सबका बहुत बहुत तहे दिल से शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि आपने आज एक सदका का काम किया है, जिसे मैं कहता हूँ, जो हमेशा हमेशा के लिए होता है, हमारी ज़िंदगी के लिए, हमारी आखिरत के लिए भी, जिसका फल हमें इंशाल्लाह ताला मिलने वाला है. और आपने सही कहा डीन साहब कि यहाँ इस वक्त जो रेगिस्तान जैसा लग रहा है, क्योंकि अभी थोड़ा ही उर्सा हुआ कि इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी हमने यहाँ इस्टेब्लिश किया है, और जितना ज़रूरी यहाँ पर एक बिल्डिंग का होना है, उतना ही ज़रूरी यहाँ का बेहतर माहौल, बेहतर एनवायरनमेंट, जैसा रजिस्ट्रार साहब ने भी कहा कि ये एनवायरमेंटल बैलेंस कितना अहम है पूरी इंसानियत के लिए, पूरे ग्लोब के लिए.
Vice President of Law Society, Mr. Hasnain Khwaja, hoped that such plantation drives will inculcate social responsibility among students.
Law Society organized various debates. One of its kind is a plantation drive which we organize today. We are very much thankful to authorities of the University of Kashmir who have given funds to Law Society this year. So we have organized lots of events this time. Around we have in our credit 13 various kinds of events. We want to inculcate a social responsibility among the students.
In another function, the NSS, in collaboration with the Landscape Division and Rahim Greens, organized a week-long plantation drive in different schools and colleges. The valedictory function was held in the main campus. On the occasion, students from various schools and NSS volunteers took out a march through the campus to raise awareness about environment. NSS Program Officer and Event Coordinator Mr. Tariq Abdullah reminded students of their social responsibility towards society.
अपनी जिम्मेदारियों को याद दिलाने के लिए हम हर साल आर्बर डे मनाते हैं 21 मार्च को. कोई इवेंट ऑर्गेनाइज करने के पीछे कौन से मकसद होते हैं? सेंसिटाइजेशन, एक मैसेज जो पास ऑन हो जाए, तो आप वो मैसेज लेके आगे चलो और आने वाली जनरेशन्स को वो मैसेज पास ऑन कर लो। अपने मोहल्ले को साफ़ रखो, अपने समाज को साफ़ रखो, अपने स्कूल के सहन को साफ़ रखो। वहाँ पे भी देखो पेड़ पौधे लगाने की कहाँ कहाँ ज़रूरत है। यहाँ पर एक इदारा है NSS, जिसका नाम ही है नेशनल सर्विस स्कीम। इसका मकसद ये है स्टूडेंट्स को जो कॉलेजेस में पढ़ते हैं, यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में पढ़ते हैं, स्कूल में पढ़ते हैं, उनको सोशल सर्विस की ओर माइल करें।
Director, Directorate of Physical Education and Sports, Professor Nisar Ahmed lamented that in their youth they were not able to do anything for the protection of environment.
लोग इनके साथ वाबस्ता है, मुझे लगता है एक नोबल काज के लिए यहाँ आए हैं। तो हम ज़िंदगी में जो कुछ कर पाए शायद इसकी तरह ध्यान नहीं था। जितना माहौल आज ख़राब हुआ है, तो मुझे लगता है अगर यंग एज से आप शुरू करेंगे, मुझे नहीं गो लॉन्ग वे। मुझे लगता है आप हमारे लिए बन सकते हैं, वो क्या कहते हैं कि एम्बेसडर्स बन सकते हैं अपने इर्द गिर्द लोगों के, या बाहर जाएंगे आपके लिए। मतलब एनवायरनमेंट जो आजकल का है वो बहुत ख़राब है। यहाँ भी मुझे लगता है, मुझे बहुत खुशी हुई कि आपको यहाँ देखकर आज यूनिवर्सिटी में ये हायर स्टेप लर्निंग, कम से कम आपकी प्रेजेंस, जो यहाँ लोग बैठे जो आपको देखेंगे ज़रूर ध्यान रखेंगे बात क्या हो रही है, ये क्या कर रहे हैं। तो जब आप कहीं जाएंगे या जब वो देखेंगे कि नहीं कोई कंसर्न है हमें सोसाइटी में जिसको हमें ठीक करना पड़ेगा, जिससे हमारी हालात ख़राब हो रही है, आए दिन ज़िंदगी परेशान हो रही है, लाइफ थ्रेटनिंग बढ़ रही है, तो उसका देखना हमारे लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है। मुझे लगता है आपसे बेहतर कोई नहीं है जो इस काम को आगे बढ़ा सके।
Dean Students Welfare Professor G.N. Khaki asked students to plant at least one sapling in their lifetime.
कि थोड़ा सा एक अच्छा शहरी बनने के लिए ये छोटी छोटी चीज़ें जो है ये हमारी वक़्त बढ़ा देती हैं, हमारी इज़्ज़त बढ़ा देती हैं, दुनियावी एतबार से और उखरवी एतबार से। और अल्लाह का हुक्म है कि जिसने एक पौधा ये बढ़ा दिया वो उसकी सदका जारिया रहता है। एक पौधा मन गरस है शजरन वाहिद, जिसने एक पौधा भी वो लगा दिया तो उसकी सदका जारिया है। एक ये है, दूसरा ये कि हम इससे ऑक्सीजन लेते हैं, ये हमारी ज़िंदगी के लिए मुफीद है, हमारी रूह की ग़िज़ा है। तो इन सब चीज़ों का हमें खुद ही लिहाज रखना पड़ेगा। हम जब भी हम किसी शख्स से बात करते हैं वो कहते हैं कश्मीर जन्नत बेनज़ीर है। क्यों है? हमें तो अब आज तक नहीं लग रहा है। इन चीज़ों से जन्नत बेनज़ीर लगेगा भी, दिखेगा भी, जब हम लोग अपनी जिम्मेदारियों का एहसास करके इन चीज़ों में शमूलियत करेंगे।
Registrar Professor Khurshid Ahmed Bhatt said that trees provide balance to our environment.
और कुल ववन छु असी ये दुनियावी ति बड़ ज़रूरी कि अम से बैलेंस गसान मेंटेन सनिस यथ माहौलस मज। मगर कुल योत ववन छु ये इम्पॉर्टेंट कि अस क्या करान, अस सिर्फ करान यम प्लांटेशन ड्राइव। यह बनेमज पत रस्मी तौर वही कुल, मगर कुलिस पत कर रच तो रावट कर। मतलब अगर तुम मतलब यह जरूरी कि तुम हेकू योर ये पत करू तुम रच तो रावट, यह सन जिम्मेदारी। मगर तुह तस स्कूलस मज, पन्निस कॉलेजस मज या पन्निस महलस मज या कुन ती जाए अगर तुम यह मिशन नीयू कि बह वो कुला थब कुन जाए वहित, मगर अत कुलिस वात बह कर अमिच ओनरशिप, सो इम्पॉर्टेंट।
Vice Chancellor Professor Khurshid Iqbal Andrabi impressed upon the students to take care of the trees in their surroundings.
ब्रोट आसान थोड़ा तालीम कम पहन, तो इसलिए इंसानस अम चीज़ तुथ कॉन्शियस कह कि यह माहौल कोता ज़रूरी इंसान सद बेहबूद खतर। वह अल्लाह ताला दुत तालीम, अल्लाह ताला कोर मेहरबानी यह कि बढ़े फसाहत बलागत, तम सत गो ज़्यादा पहन सेंसिटिव गन कि सान माहौल की बेहतरी खतर क्या जरूरत। तम खतर गो यह कुल कोट लागुन तो अल्लाह ताला सदिस अत निज़ामस लुर पार न कर कह, अल्लाह ताला सद निज़ाम तथे पे मेंटेन कर ये अल्लाह ताला वो यह सब कुल तुथु सान खतर इम्पार्टेंट। तो पानस त पता कि साइंसी हिसाब त इम्पार्टेंट, क्या अगर न कुल कोट तह हेको ऑक्सीजन तक कहें। इसलिए तिम चीज़ मद्देनजर थवित अख रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, सो गई इल्मी हिसाब रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, ब्या गई दीनी हिसाब रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कि माहौल थवन साफ पाक।
We are highly thankful of NSS and Rahim Green and the team of our landscape that we coordinated in a 3-way, and we are doing this service since 2010 onwards in the campus. Roundabout we have, you can see our university campus. It is a unique within the Srinagar city. You will find here 2000 Devdar trees, they are in our campus.
The Department of English organized a novel seminar on literature and environment, the promise of ecological criticism. In her welcome address, Head Department of English, Professor Lily Vaughn, while quoting an author, said that in present times humans face global crisis.
We are facing a global crisis today, not because of how ecosystems function, but rather because of how our ethical systems function. Getting through the crisis requires understanding our impact on nature as precisely as possible. But even more, it requires understanding those ethical systems and using that understanding to reform them, unquote. Eco-criticism, therefore, is about redefining human relationship with nature and examines the complexity of relationships between people and nature while emphasizing the need and importance of establishing more mutualistic and egalitarian social structures that help reharmonize human connections with the natural world.
Keynote speaker and Pro-Vice Chancellor, East West University, Dhaka, Bangladesh, Professor Fakhrul Alam, while quoting a Bangladeshi author in length, said writers and scholars have addressed the subject of ecological criticism.
Bangladesh, as all of you here know, is an awfully crowded deltaic country, doing reasonably well economically at this time, but continually coping with manifold problems, not a few of them environmental. At the moment, in addition, our fast depleting natural resources are particularly overtaxed. Dhaka, once so full of lakes, canals, and greenery, is now, with its over 15 million people, one of the most crowded as well as polluted cities in the world. If one judges only its air quality, it is awful. Indeed, my audience here may find it hard to believe this claim, but in at least one survey, this has been found to be worse than Delhi's. Traveling to work every day is continuously exasperating for me, as I have to deal with incredible traffic, unending cacophony of sounds, and swirling dust.
Author and environmental activist Dr. Vandana Shiva opined that it is easy for any regime to convert any conflict on resources into a religious conflict.
Big lake in Africa called the Lake Chad, 22,000 square kilometers. That's a big body of water, much bigger than your Dal. It's nearly dry. Why? Because 80% of the water that used to run into it is being diverted to irrigate commodity farming for exports. 80% has to dry. When the lake goes dry, the fishing people lose their livelihoods, the pastoralists lose their livelihoods, the farmers, of course, can't grow crops, and you get conflicts. These are conflicts over water and shrinking resources. But I learned from my study on how Punjab erupted in 1984. I wrote a book then called The Violence of the Green Revolution, that it's very easy for a fossil regime to convert every conflict into a religious conflict.
Vice Chancellor Professor Khurshid Iqbal Andrabi said that the nature is devoid of emotions.
What we have gotten to understand while we educate ourselves is that there are human sensitivities, there are human emotions. We perhaps wanted to throw those emotions also into the environment and have the nature behave exactly in terms of those emotions. And that is not exactly what is advisable, and that is not exactly what is prudent. Just a small example. If we were to put in, we have to leave nature as wild as the nature is, because nature is a blend of based on justice, not based on equality. And nature is devoid of emotions, devoid of all these sensitivities that the human being is faced up with. Let us leave it there.
An All-India seminar on applied linguistics in the 21st century, issues and perspectives was organized by the Department of Linguistics. Head, Department of Linguistics, Professor Ejaz Muhammad Sheikh, in his welcome address said that the death of any language means erasure of all culture and resources with it.
The death of a language, a priceless source of knowledge and culture of a community, gets lost forever. As per UNESCO, 2,465 languages out of almost 6,000 languages of the world are in danger of extinction. Some sources declare 5,000 out of the total 6,000 languages in some state of endangerment. As such, UNESCO and other organizations are working for preservation and protection of the languages which have been listed as endangered.
Professor Vaishnav Narang, former faculty at the Center for Linguistics, JNU, New Delhi, said that the human cognition is the center of all scientific investigations.
If human cognition is the center of investigation for all scientific investigation, then what is the role of linguistics in that field? For this, I would like to quote Balmer. Balmer was a scientist. He moved from nuclear physics to molecular biology and then to linguistics. And in the preface to his book called Biological Foundations of Linguistic Communication, in the preface he writes, I move from nuclear physics to molecular biology to linguistics in pursuit of a topic of biology which will lead me to human cognition.
Registrar Professor Khurshid Ahmed Bhatt asserted that one of the challenges for linguists is to restore language to its original text.
One of the challenges to this discipline of linguistics is to ensure that the languages are spoken in their original text. So today I understand that whenever I speak a Kashmiri language, I don't speak the original text of Kashmiri language. Perhaps this is one of the important challenges and the most serious challenge, to not only record the languages, not only preserve the languages, the most important is to restore the languages to their original text.
Dean Academic Affairs Professor Musaddiq Amin Sahaf told participants that for any country to become an economic power, it is important to learn global languages.
Chinese were lacking as a second language, that is the language of English. Americans were also lacking as a second language in Chinese. Both countries made adequate arrangements. Americans made adequate arrangements for Chinese language, as well as the Chinese made sufficient arrangements for learning English. But unfortunately, India is not so serious on it. So therefore, additional responsibility for these departments, in addition to preserve the local language, they have to also address those languages which can actually accelerate or promote the commercial activities across the world. If that mandate is accepted by the institutions, there is a possibility that local languages can be also preserved.
That is all for today's episode. Log on to our website emmrckashmir.com where you can check the latest episode of Quest. You can also watch it on our YouTube channel KU Television. Send us your valuable suggestions at our email address, that is quest@emmrckashmir.com. Before I take your leave, here are a few words of wisdom. The hands that help are better far than lips that pray.